What if I told you you're here not to find your path? You're here to shape it, to sculpt it, to carve it from vibration and presence. What if I told you reality is not chasing you, it's echoing you, it's listening to the frequency you hold? And what if everything you desire, every bit of clarity, love, expansion, is already formed in energy, waiting for you to tune into it? Would you believe me? Or better yet, can you feel it? Let's sit together. Let's remember the truth you already know. You are the sculptor of frequency, and your world is made of vibration. You've been taught to change the world by doing, to adjust the outer picture by moving the outer pieces. But the deeper teaching, the one that mystics whispered and the sages embodied, says this: the world rearranges itself to match the energy of your being. That is not metaphor. That is law. Energy becomes patterns. Patterns becomes form. Form becomes experience. This truth lives in many who have practiced it deeply. It begins with intention. The energy you hold becomes the framework of your reality. Where your focus rests, life gathers. And the structure of your being, your beliefs, your emotions, your quiet expectations radiates outward and informs the structure of what meets you. Clarity is not just a thought, it's a signal, a broadcast that tells reality what to reflect. And you've seen it in someone who holds such deep clarity within themselves that just being near them makes your own thoughts organize, your questions quiet, and something inside you suddenly understands what felt so distant before. You felt it in those rare conversations where someone listens so fully and your thoughts become clearer just by being near them. You've noticed how a space feels different when someone walks through it with love and intention, how silence becomes magnetic, not empty. You've experienced moments when you felt so aligned, so still, so inwardly clear that time seemed to soften around you. When an idea came, not from thinking harder, but from letting go. When someone called you just as you were thinking of them, because your alignment sent a signal. Or when you softened your grip on something you wanted so badly, and then gently it appeared, not because you chased it, but because you shifted. You didn't bend the world. You became so harmonized within yourself that the world adjusted to meet your frequency. You were attuned to the harmony within. You were open to the flow of life. You were guided by the quiet clarity. You were available to receive with grace. And this is why it works. Because energy responds to coherence. Because your vibration, when shaped with clarity and consistency, sends a signal that the universe cannot ignore. Because alignment is not passive, it is directive. And the more refined your inner state becomes, the more precisely life can mirror it back to you. You are not the passenger of creation. You are the sculptor of its vibration. You are the sculptor. And here's the gift. The frequency is yours to shape, yours to play with, yours to direct moment by moment. This is not an abstract concept. It's a living invitation. You are already doing it every time you feel. The question is, are you doing it consciously? Because once you begin to sculpt the frequency with intention, your life no longer echoes your past. It echoes your becoming. Think of a tuning fork in a still room. Strike it with intention and the air shifts. Everything around it begins to vibrate in harmony. Your energy is that fork, and the space around you is your unfolding reality. When you hold a steady frequency of clarity, the field reorganizes to mirror it, not because you forced it, but because energy cannot resist coherence. So, how do you sculpt? You begin with awareness. You begin with breath. You begin with presence. You notice the feeling tone of a moment. Is this spacious or tight? Is this resonant or reactive? Is this mine or inherited? And then you soften. You don't argue with what is. You reach for the frequency your inner being is already offering. You tune to appreciation. You choose spaciousness. You align with stillness. And from that stillness, thoughts shift. From that presence, impulses arise. From that alignment, life rearranges itself around you. This is the path of energy sculptor. This is mastery, not control. This is resonance, not resistance. This is precision, not perfection. And it is so much easier than trying to move the world one circumstance at a time. When you remember this, you stop fighting with time. You stop measuring your worth by outcomes. You stop second-guessing every turn. You become steady, you become radiant, you become the lighthouse, unshaken, magnetic, alive. And the beautiful part? Everything begins to meet you in that frequency. People, ideas, timing, beauty, opportunities so exact that feel like answers to unspoken prayers. Because they are. You spoke them in vibration long before you knew the words. And now they return to you, sculpted by your own alignment. So, now I ask you, gently, lovingly, what are you sculpting today? Not with your hands, but with your being, with your focus, with your frequency. Can you feel the shape of peace? Can you breathe the form of trust? Can you settle into rhythm of receiving? Because you were never meant to chase the picture. You were meant to create the atmosphere that calls it forth. And you can begin now, right now, by choosing one clearer thought at a time, by breathing one softer breath, by relaxing into one truer frequency, because the one who sculpts energy is the one who creates the world. And that one is already within you.